This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, we talk about downtown Hazleton's past and future with Standard Speaker Managing Editor Mark Ketcher. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us at FYI. I'm Ken Cara. It's now time for your headlines from FYI News 13 and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. And we begin with good economic news for the area. One of Hazleton's largest employers is growing. In an effort to meet customer demand, Amazon.com, which currently employs 1,500 people at its Hazel Township facility, will add 300 more jobs to its distribution center in the Humboldt Industrial Park. The jobs will be full-time positions with benefits. The new workers will pick, pack, and ship orders to customers. Prospective workers may apply online at workatamazonfulfillment.com. FYI posted the breaking news on our Facebook page last night as Hazleton Area High School was dismissing on Wednesday. School security officers and state police on routine patrol observed a juvenile male on school property on West 23rd Street near the high school campus. Police say the 16-year-old male from McAdoo is not a student of the Hazleton Area School District. Troopers approached him and found him to be in possession of a 1/4 ounce of marijuana, 10 grams of synthetic marijuana, plus packaging, weighing, and smoking materials. He is facing charges of possession with intent to sell marijuana and synthetic marijuana, both felonies, and other charges. He was taken into custody and lodged at the Northampton County Juvenile Justice Center until his hearing in juvenile court. Now, when breaking news does happen, be sure to turn to FYI's Facebook page for the very latest. The remains of a burned-out apartment building on McKinley Street in Hazleton are finally being taken away. This was the scene this morning at 590-592 McKinley Street. The building's owner, Layla Yones of Brigantine, New Jersey, is hoping to make a deal to avoid jail time. She recently wrote a check to have contractors haul away the debris, which triggered concerns from neighbors. The move comes after city and county officials were preparing to extradite her and give her the option of cleaning up the property and paying fines or going to jail. City officials hope this latest move sends a strong message to other absentee landlords. The Butler Township Police Department has added 2 full-time officers, bringing the total to 9 full-time officers providing 24/7 service. Magisterial District Judge Dan O'Donnell swore in new officers George Kiefer and Brett Green, both with the title of Patrolman 2. They received their badges from Butler Township Police Chief Brian Sabatini. The new hires were approved by the township supervisors, who also approved the promotions of Patrolman Brian Zalutko and to Sergeant and Patrolman Eugene Rafali to Corporal. Right down the road from the Butler Township Police Department, a local business opened up in a new location. Dr. Joseph Bafil cut the ribbon at his new location at 715 West Butler Drive. Dr. Bafil and his team offer chiropractic, nutrition services, massage therapy, and more. Bafil had 2 other locations where he rented space, but he owns this building.
We're here to stay. We're a part of the community, and that's what I want people to be secure, knowing that we're not fly-by-night and that this is the place for them to come and get their healing, and we're here to help educate them about their health and get them feeling better.
Now here's a look around Dr. Bafil's new office. And how about this? If you want to make an appointment, you can do so online at BafilFamilyChiro.com, or you can go old school and call them at 788-3737. It's Thursday, and it's time to see what the buzz is around town from a member of the Standard Speaker staff. Mark Ketcher is here. He has his newspaper with him, and we're talking about bank buildings, not necessarily being used as banks, but maybe some other uses. Now, last time you were here, you talked about restaurants in the Hazleton area, now former banks. What's going on with the Standard Speaker and some of the former banks in town?
Sure. We had a story in Monday's edition. We actually toured the former Traders Bank building, which is at the corner of Broad and Wyoming. It's a very visible downtown high-rise. And for many years, ownership changed and tenants were in and out. Now it looks like there's a pretty solid plan in place to develop that building. There's actually a lot of work going on there as we speak. Our newspaper office is just a few doors down, and we can hear the construction crews working on a regular basis. So there's work going on. We had a tour of the facility on it was last week actually, and we wrote about it in Monday's paper. And the plan for that building is for DBI Services World Headquarters to be located there. It's actually an integral part of the plan for downtown Hazleton. But we looked inside the building. I think we're probably the first media inside there, and gave readers a look at what's happening there. Next door at the Morkel building, last week we talked about the restaurant that might be moving in there. It's kind of a resurrection of the Naughty Pines. That actually has an old bank vault inside, and the former Mia's restaurant actually used that as a wine cooler. So that's another way that banks are kind of tied into the news this week. So.
With all the action happening in downtown Hazleton, it seems like it's happening very fast right now. Things are moving forward. Is this the most action maybe you've seen with progress in downtown Hazleton, with even plans for these buildings?
Sure, it seems that way. You know, over the years there have been various plans for revitalizing downtown to varying degrees of success. But now it seems like there might be a perfect storm here gathering with DBI locating its headquarters there in downtown, the Broad Street Corridor Project, and some other initiatives. Another former bank building, Security Savings, is being looked at as a potential community arts center. I know the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress is trying to make that happen along with the mayor's office. It might be the future home of the Hazleton Art League. So they're looking to make that work, and that's an exciting possibility.
So it's nice, kind of Hazleton's past being honored with these buildings being used for new purposes.
Right.
If people want to see pictures from the story on Monday, go to your website. It sounds like I want to view some of these pictures. Go to the website, they're on there?
Sure. They can actually access the website anytime. This story, any other story. If you're a print subscriber, you can access the website for free and have access to all of the content that's available. You can sign up for the All Access program, and it's all explained there on the website, standardspeaker.com. One other thing I do want to mention is that this coming Sunday we'll have a big feature article on Hazleton's banks and the history, their place in the history of Hazleton. That'll be by Charles McElwee. He is a columnist, writes excellent historical pieces for us on a regular basis. He's from the Greater Hazleton Historical Society, so I would just encourage the readers to keep an eye on that. And again, it ties into the whole bank theme, and we're really looking forward to it.
Mark, thanks as always, and keep your eye out for Mark. He'll be bringing his paper here a few times a week to FYI. Segment was taped earlier. I don't do costume changes. From the desk of Weatherly Area School District Superintendent we go now. The last day of class for students in the Weatherly Area School District will be June 12th. Commencement will be held Friday, June 13th. The new dates were approved last night by the school board. And now let's move to the mayor's desk. And here's the street sweeping schedule for Hazleton for Friday. Got through that. This is weather permitting. And again, if they have to postpone work because of the weather, they will do these streets on the next work day. Remember to pick up Friday's edition of the Standard Speaker, and for breaking news, go to standardspeaker.com and sign up for text alerts and email alerts. And remember that story Mark previewed will be in the Sunday edition of the Standard Speaker. Coming up here on FYI, we'll talk about Healthy Kids Day. Plus in sports, we'll talk about the difference between track and cross country. And Janine is back. She has another segment of In Your Community. Today, it's Drama in Motion.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
We are in your community right here on FYI, and we're at Drama in Motion with owner Joelle Whitner. And today we're talking about competition versus non-competition.
Absolutely. A lot of people are against competition, but there can be a lot of value in it for students. Just like sports, students work as a team to achieve a goal, and they learn that the harder they work, the easier it is to achieve that goal. They are up against other students in a healthy environment, and they sometimes learn winning, sometimes learn losing, and it's very important for students to learn both of those. It's totally a personal preference whether you want your child to compete or not compete. I know for our studio, we allow students in the same class, and then we just choreograph them out for a competition. Some studios make it mandatory, but regardless however you choose, it is a wonderful learning experience for all students, and they can achieve a lot by working together that way.
All right, next week we are talking about safety. It's a big topic because safety can mean in the classroom, outside of the classroom, in the dance studio, outside of the dance studio. So we're going to talk about safety. So make sure you join us every Thursday here on FYI for Drama in Motion in your community.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
It was a beautiful day down the valley, as we say in Hazleton. You are looking at the view from Sugarloaf. It was a bit breezy this morning, but the sun was out and I'm not complaining. Let's go to our weather from the National Weather Service tonight. There is a slight chance of showers after 11 p.m. The low will be around 46. On Friday, a 40% chance of showers. The high will get up to 56. And then for Friday night, 50% chance of showers, mainly before 2 a.m. and the low will be around 39. But how about this for Saturday? A lot going on in the community. Blue-white game out in University Park. Sunny with a high near 63. For Saturday night will be partly cloudy, low around 45. Sunday, another nice day. 1 week before Easter, mostly cloudy, high near 64. Sunday night, mostly cloudy, low around 54. And then for the work week next week, Monday starts with a chance of showers, 30% chance, high near 69. And then Monday night, the low will get down to 45, another chance of showers. Saturday is Healthy Kids Day at the Greater Hazleton YMYWCA, and Marianne Pindar joins us now, Marketing Director at the Y here in Hazleton. Tell us about Healthy Kids Day in general, what it is. It's a national initiative from the Y. Tell us about Healthy Kids Day.
Well, Healthy Kids Day is to promote fitness, wellness, nutrition. The whole concept revolves around just promoting a healthy child. The community being behind the child to foster its growth and development. That's our primary responsibility. So we hope to take a good part in that.
There's a lot going on, and you'll have the fitness and nutrition in there, but you've also added in this year careers. I thought it was interesting. You said you can never start too early with the kids. Tell us
Absolutely.
what will be featured this week and about the career aspect of it.
Well, we have a lot of agencies that are just jumping on board, and I think it's fantastic. First of all, we have a lot of the military. We're getting support from them, the Army, the Marines, the Air Force, the National Guard. We have tons of agencies, a dentist, chiropractic, etc. Now, not only will they be there to support Healthy Kids Initiative, but they're there to entertain questions if people have them. And I think it's a good idea. Education, and I think it was Hillary Clinton said it best, it takes a village to support and help a child nurture them and grow them, and I think that's what our Healthy Kids Day is going to be.
So if you bring your kids out, if they're interested in any of the fields there on Pocono Raceway, you said we'll be there. Feel free to ask questions to any of the vendors there about the professions.
Absolutely.
Sounds interesting. And tell us about, now my wife and I, we don't have children yet. Can we stop by? My wife does like healthy eating and that, so is it still open? Do you think the community can enjoy it in general?
Absolutely. There's going to be plenty of things. Like I said, the community vendors are there, so if you're not familiar with all that Hazleton has to offer, some of its finer points, come on down and meet some of the vendors. The Y will be there. Staff will be available to give tours if you're not familiar with our facility. I'm a recent hire at the Y, and I'm still learning things. I mean, the Y has been in Hazleton 100 years now, and there's always something new happening at that Y. They're forever reinventing things. For example, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is one of our new programs. Boxing. We are also doing sports conditioning for all types of sports. These are new programs that have come in with the last 3 weeks.
And for the kids this week and this Saturday, the rock wall you said will be available as well as the pool and some of the other Y facilities?
Yes, swimming, the rock wall, tours of the Y, if you will. The fire department will have the bounce house there. State police are coming. Hazleton PD will be there. I don't know what they're going to do, possibly fingerprinting, talking about their profession, etc. And training that we do at the Y, we have for dogs, therapy dogs and dog obedience. So even if you don't have children yourself, maybe you have some pets, and that's an opportunity as well. So you might want to check that out.
So families like my wife and I invited as well, but I don't know if we'll be allowed in the bounce house. So remember, this Saturday, it's Healthy Kids Day at the Greater Hazleton YMYWCA. Before we move on, go back a little bit. Weatherly area, last day of school will be June 11th for the students, and the 12th, that's the last day for teachers. Want to clear that up. It's going to be a great weekend in our area. Go out. Here's a suggestion for you. The Hazleton Area Active Adult Center is holding their first annual spring craft fair. You can stop by their Broad Street location from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. to see crafts, enjoy refreshments, and take your chances on tricky trays. And remember, if you have an Easter egg hunt or Easter event coming up, get a hold of us and we'll gladly add it to our community calendar. And if you have any community event, you can reach out to us on Facebook or email Lisa at SSPTV.com. And for a full list of community events, stop by SSPTV.com or our Facebook page. Now it's time for your midday Pennsylvania winning lottery numbers. The Daily 590, the Big Four 4480, Quinto 05498, Treasure Hunt 1, 12, 16, 18, 22. FYI, we'll be right back.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
The Hazleton Area Cougars and Lady Cougars opened up their conference track and field season with a sweep over the Berwick Bulldogs. The girls won 105-45 and the boys won by a 108-42 margin. The Cougars' Andrew Myers won the 800-meter run, the 1600-meter run, and was part of the 4x4 relay team that took first place. Myers is also a cross-country runner, and last week we asked him about the differences between the two sports.
It's completely different. I mean, first off, you're on the track the whole time, so you're just running in circles. And then cross-country, I mean, there's hills, there's mud, there's rocks, it's one race too, and I mean it's 5K, so it's 3.1 miles, so it's longer, it's harder. I think I like track a lot better.
Now let's move on to tonight's FYI Standard Speaker scoreboard. In baseball, the Cougars stayed unbeaten with an exciting 8-7 win over Coughlin. The Cougars once again rode the comeback train to get their victory. Dante Biazzi drove in the game-winning run for Hazleton Area. In the Schuylkill League, Marion went on the road and they brought home a victory over Williams Valley. MMI, they fell to Nanacoke and Blue Mountain, beat North Schuylkill in baseball. And finally for baseball, Tri-Valley victors over Monoy area. In softball, the Lady Bears beat rival Shenandoah Valley. MMI fell to Columbia Montour Votech. The Lady Raiders used a comeback to slide past Pine Grove in the Schuylkill League. And in tennis, Wyoming Valley West, they beat Crestwood. The second doubles team of Chris Vizzini and Christian Malcolmays got a victory for the Comets, though. Now to International League Baseball, the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders play their first game at home tonight for the 2014 season. Yesterday, they lost to Rochester. They come home 2-4 on the year. Russ Kanzler was 1-for-4 in that game, though, and that one hit was a double. He also had an RBI. And again, the Rail Riders host Syracuse on Thursday night. First pitch set for 7:05. The Calder Cup playoffs are on the horizon, and the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins are in a race with Binghamton for first place in the East Division of the AHL. The two are distancing themselves from the rest of the pack. The Pens are at Syracuse on Friday, then they come home for a huge game against Binghamton on Saturday, and on Sunday they're at home against Toronto. Now on the 18th, they travel to Binghamton for the second to last game of the season. Before we wrap up sports, I want to remind you that you can go to our Facebook page to check out some extra content that doesn't make it on air. And if you haven't checked that out yet, here's some of what you're missing. During our weekly interview, I asked Dave Seaman a hypothetical question about Hazleton area athlete Sal Biazzi. Here's that part of our interview. Going to play baseball at Penn State, hypothetically, I'm not saying this is going to happen. If he walked onto Penn State's basketball team, you think he'd make a difference there? You think he can make an impact at a Division I level?
It's just a harder game, the Division I level, especially in a rugged conference like the Big Ten. You really have to be prepared for it. I would never doubt anything Sal Biazzi put his mind to, and I mean, he's said numerous times he hates to lose. He's a competitor. We all have seen that firsthand, and if he wanted to do that, I'm sure he could do that.
Thursday is $1 burger night at Bottlenecks. Get a juicy 4th pound burger for only $1 all night long.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce is gearing up for the 4th season of the Downtown Hazleton Farmers Market. The market will start Friday, July 11th, will be held from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on the sidewalks in front of the former Security Savings Building. For more information, please call 570-455-1509. Another announcement, Sons of the American Legion Mountain Post 781 will be holding their annual roast chicken dinner on Sunday, May 4th. Only takeout will be available and everyone is welcome to attend. Cost for each dinner is $8 and includes chicken, potato, roll, and dessert. For info, call 570-474-2161. And finally, the Greater Wyoming Valley Audubon Society is offering scholarships for area students to attend nature camp during the summer of 2014 at Nescopec State Park. Full or partial scholarships are available. Applications are also available by calling 570-403-2006 or emailing nescopecsp@state.pa.us. Application deadline is May 30th. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Donald J. Higgins of Hazleton. Arrangements will be announced by the Niffin O'Malley Funeral Home. Anna Chapella of West Hazleton. Funeral is Friday at 10 a.m. in the St. Joseph's Church. Friends may call at the church from 9 to 10 a.m. Arrangements are under the direction of the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. And Anna A. Ravina of Hazleton. Mass is Friday at 10 a.m. in the St. Gabriel's Church. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazleton. Palm Cross is now on sale for April 13th. Call 570-454-0111. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Martha Kokinda of Beaver Meadows. Martha, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-459-9813 to win your free movie.
Did you know that electric service for PPL Electric Utility customers is getting more reliable? We continue to make important investments in our systems, such as installing new equipment and trimming and clearing more trees around power lines. It's starting to pay off. Both the number and duration of power outages declined significantly last year. How can you help? With the warmer spring weather, many of you are outside gardening and planting trees. When planning your landscaping, consider the mature height and width of a tree. Trees are the most common causes of power outages. It's important to know where and how to safely plant, care for, and maintain trees when you are near a power line. With key investments in our systems, tree-related outages were down 43% last year compared to the average of the previous 3 years. If you have questions, PPL Electric Utilities professional foresters can advise you on how to select the proper tree. For more information, visit pplweb.com/vegetation. And always call PA1 Call at 811 at least 3 business days before you dig for planting or other outdoor projects. At PPL Electric Utilities, we're focused on continuing to provide safe and reliable service. You deserve no less.
As always, we appreciate you watching FYI. Remember to go to our social media pages and/or standardspeaker.com for breaking news. And a programming note, tomorrow on SSPTV, there's an all-new Judge Stevens show at 2 p.m. Enjoy that and enjoy your night. We'll see you tomorrow. Until then, take it easy.